Well, good morning, folks. It's probably not morning when you're watching this, but anyway, it's only just gone dawn. I've only been out here for about 15 minutes. You can tell because there's my cup of coffee I'm roaming around with. And you can see my first decent target. It's just come out of the hole there. It's sitting to the side. It looks to be a halfpenny. So no Sergio today. Out on my own, just hitting up another spot that I've hit up a bunch of times before. You've seen me here before, and that is a 19. Wait. Oh, I don't know. It's Commonwealth of Australia anyway. I want to say 1931. Looks like a 1931 Commonwealth of Australia halfpenny. King George V on the back. All right, let's crack on. See what else we can find. Haven't got long. Family commitments today, but we'll knock over an hour, maybe an hour and a half out here before we head in, eh? Alrighty, folks. So here's my next target. Before I talk about that, someone's been here because there's a plug just here. You can see the dead grass and you can see the indentation of the plug around there. It's not the first plug I've found, and I don't know what they were digging, but they missed this because there's their plug, and just here is mine, and you can see what looks to be a silver. It looks to be a shilling. It's just come out of the hole. Now this is an older shilling, so that's King George the Fifth there, and oh yeah, look at that. That's a 1915 shilling. I'm just going to give that a lick. And I'm not going to complain about the taste because we all know it tastes freaking terrible. Yeah, that's 1 shilling. You can see it written around the top, and you can see 1915 just there. Now I'm not sure whether it's the 15 or is it the 15H or is it the 14 or the 14H. Well, one of those is a key date, if not all 4 of them. But that's a cracker. And old mate who missed it, sorry bud, but I'm taking that. So that was a 96 both ways, and quite a scratchy signal. It must have been on its side underneath these roots down here. Alrighty, let's crack on. Alrighty, so it's 30 seconds later. There's old mate's previous plug. Here's my plug that the shilling just came out of, and you can see my newest plug just to the right of it, and peeking out of the soil just there. You can see what appears to be a little baby threepence. That's King George VI on the back, and it's a 1944 sheaf of wheat threepence. Excellent. Okay, so this was a 92 both ways. That is super shiny, isn't it? It's this sandy soil. This side's not too bad, but that side's still got luster. This sandy soil is fantastic for these silvers. All right, let's crack on. Alright, so I'm not sure whether these are close enough to be called a spill, but that was where the shilling came out of. That was where the threepence came out of. And you can see I'm just forward a tiny bit. Hopefully that didn't make too many people sick, that spin. And you can see there's a silver poking out of there. Oh, he's sixpence. So, a little bit of a finger rub. I think I saw 43. One moment. I did. That's a 43 sixpence. And King George V on the back. This was a really kind of, must have had a bit of iron in the hole with it, but it was a scratchy 90, dumping down to 70, a bit of an iron grunt as well. And I thought, you know what, with the proximity of everything else there, I may as well dig that. And I did, and I'm kind of glad I did. I tell you what, old mate who dug that first plug, he must have got something, but he must have really checked the area afterwards, because this is awesome. Alright, let's crack on. Alright folks, I thought you'd just like to listen to what I'm dealing with here. So this area is really, really trashy, and I've got the cover on the machine, so you probably can't see the numbers, but just have a listen. So that really, that's a bottle cap. Pardon the birds. And then in amongst all that, I've managed to track down a little high signal. Which I've dug, and it's nothing spectacular, but just hanging out of the corner here, just here, you can see I got a 1 cent piece. So having good target separation and fast reactivity in this sort of ground is really, really useful. Yeah, it's a 1 cent piece, but you know what? Silvers ring off in the same area, so that's why the machine does reasonably well here, is because this machine has fast reactivity and good target separation. You just got to go slow and listen. And I'm certainly not saying that it's the only machine out there that does that. I know that the Nocta Impact does it. I know that the CTX 3030 does it. But in an area like this, it's just really, really high trash, you do need a machine that has good reactivity. So don't just discount an area because it's got high trash. You know, if you've got a good machine, just hunker down, go slow and listen. And yeah, you'll dig 1 cent pieces, but you'll also dig silvers like you've seen today. All right, gonna crack on. I'm not marketing anything. I'm just talking about the ground. Let's move on. Alrighty. So it's still been beavering away. In amongst all that crap, I've hit a 97. And I don't know if you can see that down in the hole, but that certainly looks to be a big silver coin. It is. It's a florin. Oh yeah, look at that. King George the 5th, 6th, sorry. On the other side, a bit of a wipe. A stain on one edge. 1943 florin. Let me just have a bit of a sniff in that hole. No, nothing else in there. Now, what's interesting about this is just there's my car. There's the back of there's the main road. I'm probably 3 meters from the car, and I've just popped a florin. Awesome. I think that's the full deck of silvers. Yep, and I got a halfpenny as well, so all I need is a penny. It's been a cracking morning. I don't like my chances of finding a penny because they ring off pretty well, but we'll see how we go. You'd think florins ring off well too, wouldn't you? Alrighty, let's crack on. Alrighty, this fella was down deep right underneath that root there, but you can see I've actually managed to get a complete lead soldier with his Lewis gun. Check that out. Barrel's a bit bent, but apart from that, he's in great nick. I have found one of these before, but the barrel was snapped off, whereas this one looks to be complete. How awesome is that? Like I said last time I found one of these, I find it fascinating that it was okay for kids to play with lead toys, chew on them, everything else. But that's an awesome find. I love these things. Alright, let's keep on with this quest for the penny, eh? Alrighty folks, so still going along, digging a bit of crap because I'm chasing this penny, so I'm digging some of the lower signals, getting a lot of bottle caps sitting in the 88 to 90 range, but this one was a 92 and quite shallow too, but you can see what it looks like. King George the 5th on that side. Big enough to be a sixpence. Oh, it's an absolute cracker. It's a 1926. Look at the condition of that thing. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, I've only got to get that penny. Once I get that penny, I'm out of here, but I'll keep finding silvers. I'll do that all day, I suppose, but the missus will be shitty with me. Alright, let's crack on. Alrighty folks, so over there you can see those white birds. They're sulphur-crested cockatoos. They're the noisy bastards that generally tend to stuff up a lot of my videos. They're a gregarious bird. They hang out in groups or big flocks, and they eat the shit out of everything. But we'll go back over here. You can see the main road's just there, and yeehaw grandma, I've got the full house. Probably can't see it just yet, but there it is there, folks. That would be a penny. And it's a good one. 1877. What a way to finish. 1877 Britannia, and there's Queen Victoria on the other side. Give it a bit of a finger polish. There, folks. I'm not sure if you can see the date. You will in the roundup anyway, but what a cracking way to finish off the full house with the Queen Victoria 1877 1 penny. Alright folks, I'm going to make my way back to the car. You can see it just over there, and call it quits for the day. You'll see me at the roundup. Alrighty folks, welcome to the wrap up from the hunt this morning. And you should be able to see right across the top there that glorious full house. I'm pretty chuffed. Sergio couldn't come and play today. He had other family commitments, and I had to leave early. Otherwise, I would have cracked on for a bit longer. As you heard, that park is trashy as all buggery. I generally, when I'm there, I'm at the moment only hitting signals in the 88 range and up, mainly because the bottle cap. I'm still digging a lot of bottle caps even when I do that. I suppose it's a long-term project. That park is somewhere that I'll sort of give a touch-up over the next 10 years and slowly remove all the crap and see what I missed. But I do acknowledge that I am missing, you know, half pennies and pennies in especially the roos that sit below 88, and I'm definitely not digging gold rings because they sit in the 70s, and I don't have the time for that or the patience right now. When I retire, I probably won't have the patience either. I'll just be an angry old fart. But hey, let's go through what we got, eh? Okay, so this one was the one that finished off the full house for me, an 1877 British 1 penny. Have a look at that. That's got Queen Victoria on the other side. Beautiful coin. She's nice and worn, but it's not detracting from how it looks. It's in great nick. We got the halfpenny first. I think it was 1921. No, sorry, 1931. That beautiful 1943 florin. It's a 925 silver. They're all 925 silvers, by the way. The 1915 shilling. It was in close association with a couple other silvers. 1943 sixpence and a 1920 sixpence, and not forgetting the little 1944 threepence. 1 and 2 cent pieces. Yep, we got a bundle of them. We talked about this fella already. Old mate on his Lewis gun, lead toy, and you didn't see me dig this, mainly because I wasn't quite sure what it is. I think it's a Mason symbol of some description, but it's really rough cast. As you can see, there's dags hanging off everywhere. It looks like it's been cut off, so I don't know whether they produced a whole bunch of them and just sliced them off. I'm not entirely sure it wasn't the emblem for, you know, the radiator grill of a car or something like that, or it might be something completely unrelated. But I, as best as I can make out, I think it's a Mason symbol, and I think it's a bonnet ornament. It's not a bonnet ornament, a grill ornament. Alrighty folks, so we'll just feast your eyes on that beautiful full house once more. And I'm going to sign out from here, guys, so thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one, eh?
Ooh.